Let's roll.
On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone. Caught it! Right.
Merrill over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
And that'll do it. It's over. The Golden State Warriors return to a familiar place. They're on top of the NBA world.
We're down to 2, now to 1. Here's Jordan. Yes!
Try this again.
On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone. Caught it! Right.
Merrill over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
And that'll do it. It's over. The Golden State Warriors return to a familiar place. They're on top of the NBA world.
We're down to 2, now to 1. Here's Jordan. Yes! Here's all over the Chicago Bulls.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah, baby. It's the Wacky Wednesday edition, and away we go. Good morning. Welcome, as I said, to the Wacky Wednesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. And boy, I got a lot to get to. We got a lot to get to here over the next 120 minutes because I slept in yesterday. I did. I slept all the way in. Yesterday because I've been told several times, by my family, especially my wife, if you don't feel strong enough, don't do it. Well, I didn't feel strong enough yesterday. And the first time I woke up, and I mean this, I mean this from the heart. The first time I woke up yesterday was 8:44 a.m. And I planned everything out too. I did. I planned everything. I was ready to roll. And then the next thing I knew, I fell asleep. I fell asleep. And the next thing I knew was 8:44 a.m. And the next thing I knew after that, it was 12:30. So I said, screw it. I'm not going to take any chances. I'm just going to rest. Wife ran some errands yesterday. My daughter ran some errands yesterday. And me, I just stayed in. And that feels good. That feels good. Good morning to Sig Diggy out in Norway, checking us out. We're getting the word out to everyone because if you haven't noticed on the YouTube channel, I kind of repurposed it. And it just felt right to do. And doggone it, the response has been great so far. And I want to continue to make it greater. You know what my ultimate goal is for this main channel where I will house and air everything? Well, first of all, is to get monetized. That's first and foremost. Second of all is to show some folks that even a guy like me that supposedly doesn't know anything about social media, that supposedly doesn't know how to run a YouTube channel, can actually do the thing, can actually have fun doing it, can actually, well, as the phrase goes, roll tide and just go and figure it out as I go along, which has been what I've done since I came to YouTube, is figure it out as I go along. And I draw a lot of my inspiration from a buddy of mine in Canada. A group of friends of mine up in Canada. Of course, I'm talking about the Rod Peterson show. Some of my dearest friends. And I said, screw it, and reaffirmed, what I believed all along. And this is how I got into doing play by play. If they can do it, I can do it. Period. That's the simplest philosophy that I have. And that's the simplest way I'm going to handle things. Am I going to get stressed out? Yeah, quite a few times over. I already know that. But you know what? The struggle is worth it. And the payoff by my birthday, 2023, is really going to be worth it. It really is. All right. All right. Let's talk some footy. Hello to some folks in the chat. Already greeted Sick Diggy, who is here with us. Victor Locke from my hometown of Chicago, here with us as well. Let's talk some NFL football. Let's look at the playoff picture, shall we? And in this playoff picture, we'll start with the AFC. And there are 5 teams that are in right now: the Bills, the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Ravens, and if you can believe it, the San Diego Chargers. Yes, I know they're known as the Los Angeles Chargers officially, but this is me, and I'm old school, and they're known to me as the San Diego Chargers. The Chargers got in with their victory Monday night over the Indianapolis Colts, a game that was over at halftime, in my opinion, but a lot of people won't believe me. Say Diggy said, given that it's winter, it shouldn't be surprised that folks are cranky like hibernating grizzlies. Yeah, that's the truth. It's the truth. Thank you, Victor. San Diego Superchargers. Damn right. And I will always call them the San Diego Chargers. Here's how the teams got in the AFC. The Bills are in, and they hold the number 1 seed. They are the AFC East champions for the 4th year in a row. The Kansas City, 3rd year in a row, I beg your pardon. The Kansas City Chiefs are 12-3. They hold the number 2 seed. And the reason they hold the number 2 seed is because Buffalo went to Kansas City and Arrowhead Stadium and beat them earlier this season. So that's why the Bills are at number 1, then the Chiefs are at number 2. Cincinnati is number 3 at 11-4. They are in first in the AFC North. They currently hold the number 3 seed. The number 4 seed is yet to be determined, and I'll get to that in just a moment. 5 and 6 are in right now. That's the Baltimore Ravens at 10-5, second in the AFC North. And the Chargers, as I mentioned, currently hold the number 6 seed. They are 9-6, looking for win number 10 on Sunday as they blow up SoFi Stadium against the Los Angeles Rams. The teams that are in the hunt are I can't believe I'm going to say this, Jacksonville Jaguars, and I left them for dead at the top of the season. I will admit aloud, I left them for dead at the top of the year. They are sitting in first in the AFC South, and I really hope they win their last 2 games. They play Houston. And the Dolphins are 7-8, and they have a matchup against the New England Patriots. The teams on the bubble, speaking of said Patriots, that's where they are. The Jets, Titans, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Oakland Raiders. No, I'll say it right. The Los Angeles Raiders. Those are the 5 teams that are on the bubble, and there are 2 spots available in the AFC. And while I'm sending out wishes, a happy 39th birthday to one of my best friends, Victor Locke, in Chicago. His birthday was Christmas Day. And I will tease Victor the same way he teases me whenever I celebrate a birthday. Victor, you're getting old. Now, let me stop. Happy birthday to you, Victor. Going over the division again, the Bills are the number 1 seed. They travel to the Cincinnati Bengals, and that's a Monday night clash. Oh boy, buckle your seatbelt for that one, because that could not only decide the number 1 seed, that could also decide the number 3 seed, because Cincinnati is at the number 3 seed right now. Chiefs have the Broncos. They're going to blow them out. As mentioned, the Bengals have the Bills. The Ravens get the Steelers on Sunday night. And the Chargers on Sunday afternoon host the Los Angeles Rams. Now, let's take a peek over in the NFC. The teams that are in at the number 1 slot, the Philadelphia Eagles, fly, from my buddy Sam Shady and company. The number 2 seed, Skol Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings hold the number 2 seed. Oh man, I'm going to love saying this. The number 3 seed, my beloved San Francisco 49ers, as they are 11-4. They have clinched the NFC West. And in the number 5 slot right now, yes, that's right, Victor Locke's Dallas Cowboys. In the hunt, there are 3 playoff berths available. The Buccaneers hold first in the NFC South. They're sitting at the number 4 seed right now. The number 6 seed is currently held by the New York Football Giants at 8-6-1. And the 7th and final seed currently held by the Washington Redskins. On the bubble, you got the Seahawks, you got the Lions, the Packers, the Carolina Panthers. Can you believe that? And the New Orleans Saints. Now, this is big for Carolina. They go to Tampa Bay on Sunday. That's a 1:00 kickoff. The Packers host the Minnesota Vikings, and the Vikings, you have one job and one job only. Shut Aaron Rodgers and the Packers up. Please. The Detroit Lions sitting at the number 9 slot right now. They had a huge loss at Carolina. They host the Chicago Bears. They're at 3-12. The Bears are 3-12 of the year. The Seahawks take on the New York Jets. As for the playoff teams, Philadelphia gets New Orleans at 6-9. The Vikings travel to Green Bay to take on the Packers. The 49ers, the NFC West Division champions for the second time in 4 years, will make quick work and mincemeat out of the Los Angeles Raiders, and the Dallas Cowboys are going to get beaten by the Tennessee Titans. Oh, did I say that aloud? I'm sorry. For the teams in the hunt, as mentioned, the Buccaneers will host the Panthers, Giants will host the Indianapolis Colts, and the Redskins will host the Cleveland Browns. And that is a look at the current playoff picture. Who do you see getting in the playoffs that you didn't expect to get in the playoffs? That's our question for this segment. Whom do you see getting in the playoffs that you didn't expect to get in the playoffs? For me, that will be the Jacksonville Jaguars, because I honestly left them for dead. Deader than I won't say that aloud. All right, let's go to a break. And when we come back, I have a few thoughts about Tua being a concussion protocol. He should walk away right now while he has the ability to walk. Back after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Have you had a chance to visit the brand new Snowman in the Morning shop yet? You haven't? Then what are you waiting for? Go to our new web address, snowmaninthemorning.com/shop. That's snowmaninthemorning.com/shop, where you can shop for all kinds of items like a coffee mug, a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a book bag, and everything else that you need to have the same outfits and the same gear that the crew has. And with each purchase, you will be helping the Snow Strong initiative. We got a lot to do in a short time to get there. Go to snowmaninthemorning.com/shop and get the same stuff that the crew has. And when you do that, tell them Snowman sent you. Thanks.
This is a BS3 Network presentation. Politics.
They'll write the law, but they'll enforce it differently. Is that going to apply both ways?
Religion.
God never said that we can't reason together. Matter of fact, he said, let us sit and reason together.
Relationship.
I believe that everybody wants and needs somebody.
From a man's perspective.
They say, girls, if I put some polish on that and get him to buy some different clothes, girl, he could be a winner chicken dinner.
Join the thought engineer.
There's nothing wrong with me developing my piece and you developing your piece, but understand the goal is to come together.
And comedian John Yogi.
Negro, I don't need you putting on no chapstick up there in the pulpit. You do that over there in your chair.
Get ready for
Talk Monday.
Live every Monday at 7 p.m. Central.
Steph Curry, Tim Anderson, Jordan Alvarez,
And it's caught! Deebo Samuel with the catch!
Michael Jordan can sense it.
The throw just got the king.
BS3 Network.
The hottest of hot takes. The coldest of cold hard facts. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Weekdays at 8 a.m. Eastern. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Morning is the ID that you need. Snowman here, flying solo this week. I had planned to take the week off, but there was just too much good stuff going on in the world of sports, so the staff's going to get the week off. I'm going to have some fun here tomorrow and Friday. Contemplating only going an hour. We'll see how the body feels. That's going to be a short evening. Which game are you talking about? Because there are two that Victor mentioned during the break. That's going to be a short evening. Lewis. Thank you, Lewis Black, for that. Well, it's going to be a short evening. The game in Vegas is going to be a short evening. I know that. Ryan McCoffey joins us. Says, good morning, Snowman. Good morning to everyone watching and listening. Victor Locke again. That's also going to be a short evening. I think the Lions are going to beat the Bears. ... Again. I think that also. For the teams that are out of the playoffs, which teams will be looking to rebuild and reform in the offseason? Well, let me answer that question. All of them. All of them. One team in particular is going to be the Indianapolis Colts. They have a lot of work to do. Victor says, good morning, Mr. McCoffey. How's the brew today? And what is the brew today, Ryan? What is today's brew? Find that out in just a moment. Now, I said I had a few thoughts in my head about one Tua Tagovailoa. Here they are. Tua Tagovailoa should walk away right now because he is back in concussion protocol for the third time this season in 14 games. There are guys that suffer 2 or 3 concussions over the course of a short career. This should identify 2 problems. One, with the NFL, that they really haven't taken concussion protocol seriously as they say they have. And 2, A problem with the Miami Dolphins for allowing Tua to come back quicker than expected. This is a point where you got Miami competing for a playoff berth. I totally understand that. But be that as it may, y'all need to shut Tua Tagovailoa down and shut him down now. Because he's going to be no good for your franchise as a franchise quarterback that you're leaning on if he's not unable to come back from the concussion protocol. Since the Cincinnati hit, since the hit he took in Cincinnati on Thursday Night Football, he's looked off. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm not saying that to be judgmental. I am saying way back in 2002, one of the toughest things I ever. Concussion is nothing to play with. And this young man has gone through 3 of them now. 3 trips in the concussion protocol in 15 games. To the Dolphins franchise, would you have done that to Dan Marino? Allowed him to come back quicker than normal? Would you have allowed Mark Duper or Mark Clayton or Bruce Hardy or anyone along the offensive line who you would think would get more concussions than anybody because they're hitting people at 100 miles an hour? I'm sorry, but Tua needs to shut it down. He needs to shut him down. If you want him well and for next season and beyond, because you got to look at it from the long range standpoint. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot risk a playoff position now just to be drafting another quarterback within a year, maybe 2 years. And I'll repeat the statement I had at the top of this segment, and it goes like this. Tua needs to walk away while he still has the ability to walk. I totally get the fact that he's a competitor. I totally get the fact that he wants to be out there with his team. I get all of that. But the problem I've had with Tua goes back to Alabama when he suffered a hip injury with Nick Saban having him out there throwing on a pass play up 28 points. He hasn't fully recovered from that, in my opinion. And now y'all expect him to recover from 3 concussion protocol trips? 3 concussions. To the Miami Dolphins franchise, and I'll repeat this question, and I just said it a moment ago. Would you do that to Dan Marino? This Dolphins franchise need to be investigated and reprimanded. Thank you, Sick Diggy, for that. And I mean reprimanded immediately. And it starts at the top and it filters through Mike McDaniel and it filters through the rest of the coaching staff. Why are you allowing him out there when you can see, and I'm willing to bet you, there are members of this Dolphin franchise in the front office that see he's off, but still want him out there. That's a mistake. You are putting this young man's life at risk. Forget the career. I'll say it again. You are putting this young man's life at risk. Everybody that plays football is putting their life at risk. One good hit, and you could be done. I've covered football for some 40 years now. I've watched football for 40 years. I've covered it for 28 years on all levels. And there have been many occasions where I've seen that one good hit that ends a season. Go back to the Cincinnati game. You all remember how his fingers were all curled up? Why did you let him back after that hit? And I believe, Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that was in week 5. And since then, he's made two more trips into concussion protocol. I've seen hits that not only have ended careers, but ended lives. Daryl Stingley, anyone? He was paralyzed. That was week 4. Thank you, A. Pizzle. And good morning to you. That was week 4 where he took that hit against Cincinnati. I understand the entertainment value. Hell, I've been a football fan since 1981. But doggone it, to the NFL and to the Miami Dolphins franchise, why are you letting this man play when you know in your heart he's not right? And again, I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that from a physical standpoint, and I'm coming at a point from a guy who suffered a concussion. Different circumstances, same result. Anybody that suffers more than one concussion is going to have a problem. Not only did I suffer the one in 2002, 3 years later I suffered another one working at Cedar Point in 2005. That's 2 in a lifetime. We're talking about a young man who had 3 in 14 weeks. I would have shut him down immediately after that hit in week 4 against Cincinnati. And to make things even, and to piss people off even more, I don't think Tua was ready when he came into the league. I'm talking from a skill standpoint. Oh, what was the phrase? Tank for Tua? Tua wasn't ready when he came out of Alabama. Tua wasn't ready when he came out of Alabama, period. And now you have this young man who, quite frankly, in his 3rd concussion protocol trip, his life is in danger. And again, I say, everyone that signs up to play football is putting their lives at risk. There was a linebacker who played for the 49ers, Chris Borland. He walked away after 1 year. Was able to walk away. And good morning to you, Chris Dietz and Fifth Down Sports. You can catch Fifth Down Sports on the SDM Sports Radio Network. I believe it's Thursdays. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dietz. But be that as it may, Tua needs to walk away. And he needs to walk away right now before it gets worse. And I agree with what Dietz just said. Get independent medical personnel that make the decisions and are not subject to being fired by the team, which is what happened in the case of the Miami Dolphins, because they want to put their prize out there so badly and keep putting him at risk. Did you not go back and replay the hit he took in week 4 in Cincinnati? Does that not tell you anything? So the Tua Tagovailoa, you need to have a plan B and C and D, and you need to put it together now. You should have enough to walk away right now. Finish the season on injured reserve due to the concussion. Get your money, stack it away, and prepare for your plan B. Because of those concussions, you're not fit to play football again. That's Snowman's take. What's yours? Thank you, Dietz, for 2 great points. They threw the medical experts under the bus after the Buffalo game. Ain't that the truth? Victor Locke says they want to win now so bad they're willing to risk Tua's health and safety, which isn't right. It isn't. It isn't. You know, a quarterback whose health and safety got risked due to a back injury? Does the name Joe Montana mean anything to y'all? And A. Pizzle just said, I think it's time Tua gets ready for life after football. Time for a plan B. Agreed. Agreed. That's why I said he needs to walk away now. Right now. Tell him to put you on injured reserve and get ready for plan B. Because plan A is not going to work out very well if you keep going like this. Never mind the playoff position that they're in. The hell with that. You got to be able to walk. I'll tell you what, you know who walked away when he had the chance? Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck said, the hell with this. They're not going to protect me in terms of the offensive line. I'm out of here. I know we have to go through the litany of injuries he suffered. But that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Back after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Have you had a chance to visit the brand new Snowman in the Morning shop yet? You haven't? Then what are you waiting for? Go to our new web address, snowmaninthemorning.com/shop. That's snowmaninthemorning.com/shop, where you can shop for all kinds of items like a coffee mug, a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a book bag, and everything else that you need to have the same outfits and the same gear that the crew has. And with each purchase, you will be helping the Snow Strong initiative. We got a lot to do in a short time to get there. Go to snowmaninthemorning.com/shop and get the same stuff that the crew has. And when you do that, tell them Snowman sent you. Thanks.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Women. And are you looking for something to do on your lunch break? Well, there's a show on the BS3 network that has only 4 words to say to you.
We ready. We ready. We ready for y'all. We ready. We ready. We ready for y'all.
The Lunch Break with AJ, powered by JM&E. Live weekdays at noon Central.
Of course, Steph Curry.
Tim Anderson. Jordan Alvarez. And it's caught. Deebo Samuel with the catch. Michael Jordan can sense.
The Fro just got the king.
BS3 Network.
The hottest of hot takes. The coldest of cold hard facts. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Weekdays at 8 a.m. Eastern. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Official SIT Morn is the ID that you need. And thanks to everyone that has joined us including there's a friend of mine in the Massachusetts area who's joined me. I'm trying to find his comment right now, but I want to thank him and thank the others and thank the rest of y'all for joining me. And if you can, please, please, please help the Snow Strong Initiative. You see the Cash App at the top of your screen, or if you want to join monthly, and if you can do both, that would be great. You can go to patreon.com/SDM Sports Radio Network. Trying to build something special here. Think of some of the players that have had their careers ended by repeated right now who competed against each other for half of the 90s. And they both wore number 8. Troy Aikman, Steve Young. And we saw on Monday Night Football how Steve Young's career ended. One good blast from Aeneas Williams on a blitz. And he knew that's it. And he walked away, doing a fine job as an analyst for ESPN. But that hit on Monday Night Football, courtesy of Aeneas Williams, when you saw that hit live, you knew that was it. And here's the comment from Michael Concesio. Good morning, Snowman. The con man is in the house. You're doing fantastic. Love this. Love that you keep it real and leave no doubt as to your thoughts and opinions. Well, I appreciate that. A lot have told me the same thing. A lot have told me the opposite. But hey, thank you. Thank you for those very, very kind words. Now, Nathaniel Hackett has been fired as head coach of the Denver Nuggets. Good. Here's my next question. Should Jeff Saturday be next? And there's a great question that comment just sent me in the chat. If it's determined that he did not suffer concussion, do you still feel he should retire? Yes. Because there's more of a risk now for a concussion than there was some 40 years ago when I first started watching football. Don't ask me how strange that is. This is just something I've seen. Brett Favre, that Hall of Famer's career ended with a concussion on a Monday Night Football game against the Chicago Bears when he got whacked down to the turf on a sack and he couldn't move. Now, I mentioned 2 others, Steve Young and Troy Aikman, repeated concussions. I still feel Tua should get ready for life after football, and he should do it now. You keep having concussions, you're not going to have anything left. I ain't saying it that way, but let's look at the truth. Let's look at reality. Speaking of reality, I got a question for y'all in the chat. Is Russell Wilson finished? I don't know why that question just popped in my head. It did. But I feel he is. He left Seattle because he was running for his life because Pete Carroll was too stupid to give him an offensive line. Then he goes to Denver, runs into Nathaniel Hackett, who does even less. And then this season happens. And back to the Favre conversation. And it wasn't in the Metrodome. Nope. It was at TCF Bank Stadium, now called Huntington Bank Stadium. But it was at what was then called TCF Bank Stadium. As U.S. Bank Stadium was being built. He's cooked, says A. Pizzle. Yeah, I believe he's cooked. Victor Locke says, I'm willing to give him at least one more year. I'm not. Russell Wilson's been cooked since before he left Seattle. Because, as I said, Pete Carroll was too stupid to put an effective offensive line in front of him for the latter part of his Seahawks career. And now you see the end result of that with a horrible coach, even less of an offensive line, and everything's going haywire. Russell Wilson is finished. And as much as I hate to say this aloud, I need to say it aloud because this is what I believe. Tua Tagovailoa is also finished. And I hate saying that. I hate saying that, but it's the Dolphins' fault for not forget putting an established offensive line in front of him. It's the Dolphins' fault in the front office because they allowed him to play. What was it? 2 weeks after the Cincinnati game? When he wasn't right when he came back? In fact, I'll tell you a game that kind of confirmed to me that Tua was in trouble. It's a game against San Francisco. Why am I highlighting that game? It's pretty simple. Tua prides his game on accuracy. He wasn't accurate in that game at all. He missed 9 of his first 12 passes. 9 of his first 12. That gave me problems right there. He said, that's a great question. I don't think so. I think with better coaching, and there is talk about having former coaches who contributed to his success to Denver. Ha! I hate to disagree with that, but Russell Wilson is finito. Done. Done. Robert Smith made a smart move to retire after 8 seasons and enter medical school. He said he wanted to avoid any major injuries. Can you blame him? Ryan McCarthy told us on Monday he needed an NBA team. I think my seat on the Mavericks bandwagon has been confirmed after last night's performance by Luka Doncic. Did y'all see that? 60 points? And people want to say, you know who is better than Luka? I'll touch that in the second hour. Tua has not gotten that big bag yet. And do you think that will play a part of his decision? Well, duh. He wants the big bag. Unfortunately, I don't think he's earned it. And I don't think he ever will if he keeps being inaccurate. Chris Dietz again. He didn't choose to retire. He tore his knee playing beach football. I think you're thinking of Robert Edwards, Chris. This is where Victor and I get in a fight. I wouldn't be surprised if Russell makes a full comeback. Oh yeah? And who's going to coach him? Matter of fact, I'll put that question to the chat right now. Who would be the best coach right now in Denver for Russell Wilson? Who would be the best coach right now for one Russell Wilson? As much as I hate to say this aloud, I don't think there is one. He had his best coach in Seattle, and Pete Carroll was too stupid to put an offensive line behind him. Or in front of him, rather. Not only that, he wasn't smart enough to beast mode when beast mode went haywire. And I don't think Sean Payton's an answer either. Bieniemy's not leaving Kansas City. I will hold on to that argument until I see otherwise. Need I say more? You got a point. You got a point because Eric Bieniemy is a legend at the University of Colorado. And Boulder's not that far away. But I don't know if Eric Bieniemy would leave Kansas City for Denver. Now that the position is fully open, I don't know if he would leave. Crazy as that sounds, I don't know if he'd leave. If he'd leave his perch in Kansas City. But like I said, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Support the show on Patreon, patreon.com/SIT Morning. Back in a flash.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Have you had a chance to visit the brand new Snowman in the Morning shop yet? You haven't? Then what are you waiting for? Go to our new web address, snowmaninthemorning.com/shop. That's snowmaninthemorning.com/shop, where you can shop for all kinds of items like a coffee mug, a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a book bag, and everything else that you need to have the same outfits and the same gear that the crew has. And with each purchase, you will be helping the Snow Strong initiative. We got a lot to do in a short time to get there. Go to snowmaninthemorning.com/shop and get the same stuff that the crew has. And when you do that, tell them Snowman sent you. Thanks. This is a BS3 Network presentation. Politics.
They'll write the law, but they'll enforce it differently. Is that going to apply both ways?
Religion.
God never said that we can't reason together. Matter of fact, he said, let us sit and reason together.
Relationship.
I believe that everybody wants and needs somebody.
From a man's perspective.
They say, girls, if I put some polish on that and get him to buy some different clothes, girl, he could be a winner chicken dinner.
Join the thought engineer.
There's nothing wrong with me developing my piece and you developing your piece, but understand the goal is to come together.
And comedian John Yogi.
Negro, I don't need you putting on no chapstick up there in the pulpit. You do that over there in your chair.
Get ready for
Monday.
Live every Monday at 7 p.m. Central.
So there was a request made of Sick Diggy in the chat. This is for you.
Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson is brought to you by Penis Water for the ebbs and flows of life. Trust Penis 15 Water.
I opened up a can of worms when I talked about Russell Wilson, and Sick Diggy outlined a great point. Russell Wilson seems to be pretty entitled since winning a Super Bowl for Seattle, especially the news he's made in the past few years off the field. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? You threw the ball at the 1 yard line against a quarterback who jumped the route when the ball was snapped. Okay? It can't be both the quarterback and the coach. Coach was that bad, you can't hang this season on Russ. If Russ is the problem, you can't hang this season on Hackett. Want to bet? Equal blame both ways. Either way, we didn't see the best of Russell Wilson, period. We did not see the best of Russell Wilson, and I'm willing to bet we're not going to see the best of Russell Wilson. Not anymore. Not anymore. But like I said, that's just one man's opinion. I could totally be wrong. All right, let's do a bowl preview, shall we? And this is the bowl I'm going to look at here in hour one. Penn State and Utah from the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California on January 2nd. That's a Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Utah is favored by 2.5 points. Oh, brother. Second straight year they've been in the Rose Bowl. You remember what happened last year against Ohio State when they had 3 separate times and Ohio State wiped it out. Could it be a bit of complacency for Utah? Who knows? Could it be that they simply let their foot off the gas pedal? Yeah. Yeah. As far as Penn State goes, the two teams they lost to are currently in the playoff right now. That is Michigan and that is Ohio State. Utah beat USC twice. Once in the regular season in Salt Lake City. The second time they beat them was for the Pac-10 championship. I'm sorry, I can't say Pac-12. I just can't do it. But it's Penn State, it's Utah. Let's go over the let's go over the numbers, shall we? Penn State averages 35.8 points per game. They give up 18. They get 432 yards a game and allow 318, 14 total turnovers, and 66 total penalties. Utah, they score 40, they surrender 20, they gain 473 in terms of yardage and allow 325. Problems of playing in the Pac-10. And they have only 16 turnovers on the season. The key for me is going to be an unfinished business factor for Utah. Utah knows in their mind, Cam Rising or not, Utah knows they let that game slip away last year against Jackson Smith and Jigba in Ohio State. They know they let that game slip away. And this powerful offense of Utah lives and dies with Cam Rising. Penn State, however, has one of the best secondaries in the nation. This game has the potential to be the most entertaining matchup on the entire bowl schedule. Hey, and that's including the college football playoff, and I'll discuss both of those games tomorrow. Penn State won 4 straight. They suffered their only 2 losses, as I mentioned, to Michigan and Ohio State. And in those 2 games, they allowed 85 points. And in the other 10, they allowed a total of 131 points. As mentioned, Utah coming off his second consecutive Pac-12 title. And as I also mentioned, they averaged 40 points a game. And I already mentioned what happened last year. They lost an instant classic 48-45 to Ohio State. Penn State fell 52-49 against USC some years back in the Rose Bowl. So both of these teams are going to be looking for some revenge. Utah's favored by 2.5 in that game, and I say take the Utes and lay the points. I'm gonna go ahead and roll with Utah because I think Utah has a lot more to prove that they can close out a game. I mean, Penn State suffered the same fate against USC. They fell behind by double digits 3 separate times. They came back. And I don't think Penn State will have the moxie to keep up with Utah. I mean, Penn State is a Big Ten has over the years been a Big Ten powerhouse. Don't get it twisted. But there's something about that game last year with Utah and Ohio State. There's something about that game with Utah and Ohio State that just has set them up to really push through and get to the finish line and win the Rose Bowl. I'm going to roll with Utah. And I'm going to say lay the points. This could be, as I've read over and over again and as I've watched tape, this could be the best game of the bowl season. This could be the best game of the bowl season. And there's one key player for Utah that is going to cause 100,000 problems in front of 100,000 people. That player is tight end Dalton Kincaid. If you watch football just over the past 10 years alone, the position that has risen the most has been tight end. And Utah has one of the best in the business in Dalton Kincaid. I mean, Dalton Kincaid rolled through the Pac-12, I beg your pardon. If he catches at least 7 passes on Monday in Pasadena, Utah's going to roll. What do y'all think? Penn State or Utah? I'm going with Utah, and I'm going to lay the points. I'm going to lay the 2.5 points. It's just for some reason that connection between Cam Rising and Dalton Kincaid is going to be something special, just as CJ Stroud and Jackson Smith and Jigba was last year. Now, avoid, if you will. Let's have some fun.
So I realized that I think, even though it's not advertised,
right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it. It's like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh.
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, stupid university. Yeah, and all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Vámonos, dominos, vámonos. Stupid university, where everyone graduates magna cum stupid.
Magna cum stupid. And Chris just hit me with a point. Dalton Kincaid has opted out of the Rose Bowl. Oops. Yow. Thank you, Dietz, for that point. Yipe. So their main target is out, but they're deep at that tight end position. Man, thank you, Dietz. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Player to watch, according to Dietz, is running back Nick Singleton. This kid is special, and another running back in the line of Penn State running backs. Nah, he'll get 100, but he won't be. He won't. He'll be counted on, but I just think Utah has too much for them. I just really believe Utah has entirely too much for them. I'm going with Utah, and I'm laying the points. Couple minutes before hour 2, we're going to begin hour 2 right about now.
On your mark, get set. Let's go.
Cause we take this job so serious.
All of it, between 2 people and 4 nostrils, all of it was gone.
LeBron James is pure, unadulterated trash as a basketball player and has been for 20 years.
We don't want to see
that. Wait a minute. We don't want to see
the cap, bro. Number 420. Wise El Jefe. Number 420. I had to do it. Oh man, I thought I missed it.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
I just learned a lesson this morning about doing even more research than necessary. Thank you, Dietz, for the point that Dalton Kincaid has opted out of the Rose Bowl. Thank you, Dietz, for that. Thank you, Dietz. Thank you, Dietz, for that. Let's say hello to some people. I mentioned A. Pizzle. He's picking Utah. Eagles Elite Podcast, a.k.a. Cool McCool. Cool McCain and everyone said happy holidays, Sick Diggy, and everyone. Victor Locke says, push that button. I will in about 60 seconds. And you all know the button I'm going to push. And I got a few other buttons to push here. But before I get to that, if you can, please contribute to the Snow Strong Initiative. You see the Cash App at the top of your screen. If you want to do it via Patreon and become a member for like $5 a month, patreon.com/SDM Sports Radio Network and patreon.com/SIT Morning. You know, I saw Luka Doncic's game last night, and all I got to say is, yikes. Just plain yikes. But again, here's the problem I have with the Mavericks. Luka Doncic is only one man. People don't like when I say that, but it's true. But I'll say it again. Luka Doncic is only one man. There are some others on that Maverick squad that need to step up and take some of the load off of him. Because if they don't, by the time April gets here and they're settling in for a playoff berth, next two words will be, now what? Okay, we got here. What next? Now I must push the button. Now I must, because I just saw some things. All right, A Pizzle. I'm going to push the button.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him and those who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight, for the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Bronzexual Confessions.
You know, I see some of these takes from these bronzexuals, and all I can think of is,
Oh, hell no!
not only that, all I can think of is,
Are you kidding me?
thank you, Paul Allen. So, here we go. Cam freaking Young, who said some stupid frivolity last week that got on my nerve, and he's at it again. Okay. Y'all see the exasperation on my face. Quote, Michael Jordan doesn't even believe Michael Jordan is the GOAT, but for some reason I'm supposed to believe it, followed by 4 laughing emojis. If you're the best, you know you're the best. Ali knew, Braun knows, Floyd knows, GOATs know. Close quote. All right, you stupid imbecile. You just wanted to replace Braun. You just wanted to replace Michael Jordan with Braun. Because Braun said after the 2016 stimulus package, comeback in the finals, that he was the greatest of all time. Not. Hell no. Matter of fact, thank you, A Pizzle, for playing executive producer today. I have this to say to Cam.
You tripping.
Big time. Yeah, goats know. Braun just ain't one of them. You know what goats do? They pay reverence to those who paved the way before them, which is what Michael Jordan has done, and which is what Michael Jordan continues to do. And Cam Young, I have these following 2 words.
You're despicable.
Sometimes when I see these bronzexuals online, I just think,
What the hell's going on out here?
for instance, Patrick frickin' Constantine. Patrick frickin' Constantine. Now, if y'all see the bile rising up in my throat for what I'm about to read, just forgive me. Mr. Constantine said, quote, LeBron King James scored his age 38 points on Christmas Day. Unbelievable. Followed by the goat emoji. Close quote. Patrick, I got a question for you, you stupid imbecile of a bronzexual. How did that game turn out? Let's see. How did that game turn out? Oh, yeah. I remember what happened. They took a big fat ass L on Christmas Day. Like I said, a big fat ass L, which is what he seems to be taking a lot of nowadays. And then Bron himself took down a tweet that says he's never missing the playoffs again. Yeah, right. Okay. Then you got this guy, Max COVID-19, that just really gets on my last nerves. He had a post and he shared a post, I beg your pardon, of 6 players, the most points per game in their 20th NBA season. Of course, you all know who's number 1. Kobe next, 17.6. Dirk Nowitzki, even 12. Abdul Jabbar, 10.1. Vince Carter, 5.4. Robert Parrish, 3.9. And then he decided to add, quote, Jor quit. 0. Give me that button. Close quote. That's because, you stupid imbecile, Michael Jordan did more damage in 15 years than LeBron has done in 20. Matter of fact, I'll go one step further. Michael Jordan had more of an impact in 13 years than LeBron has had in all 20 of his years. And by the way, Michael Jordan played all 82 games in his final season. And even some of the comments I got coming in. The house with us, hail to the Redskins. He says, give LeBron the Nets roster and they're the number 1 seed. Bullshit. That's bullshit. For the simplest of reasons, LeBron would absolutely decimate that roster. Because there's no one on that roster he can trust. All guys, let's see. Joe Harris, Utah, whatever the hell his name is, TJ Warren, and Seth Curry. All guys who can shoot. Not to mention 3-and-D specialist Royce O'Neal. What the hell is a 3-and-D specialist? Somebody explain that to me, please. Defense or not? Simple question. And I'll answer that question. Okay, Cole, I know I won't do you any justice, but to you bronze sexuals out there, I'll answer that same question about Yo King. And the answer is simple. Hell no, he doesn't play defense. Doesn't even know what defense is. Does he even know what fun? No, he doesn't. Okay, I got my definition. Oh, thank you, A Pizzle. Shoot the three. That's the one I'm looking for. Shoot the three and play defense. Okay, which Royce O'Neal does not do. Well, I hate the term as well, but that's what mainstream media calls it. I guess mainstream media need to listen to us old schoolers that actually know what the hell we're talking about. And then there's Ryan Lee. Good Lord. Good Grigor Maggots. Ryan Lee said on Christmas Day, quote, "The greatest player of all time is playing in a few hours. Year 20, LeBron James is about to make his NBA record 17th Christmas Day game appearance, and his averages do not fall off. 26.4 points per game, 7.8 rebounds per game, 7.1 assists per game, 10 and 6 won and loss record. Well, you may as well turn that 6 into a 7 because LeBron's fallen off way, way off. Here's how I explain that LeBron has fallen off. No one's afraid to guard him. No one's afraid to play him. If you're supposed to be the greatest, you put fear in other people's eyes and hearts for them to guard you. LeBron doesn't do that. Never has, never will. Ever. He also says the greatest scorer in NBA history, King James. That's a wrong answer. Because he's going to break the all-time scoring record, which is why he stayed for his 20th season anyway. Listen, you bronzexuals, learn a lesson here. The only reason LeFraud is sticking around for his 20th season is to break that record. He's no longer interested in chasing championship. He's interested in breaking a record. He's not interested in chasing championships. Hell, he doesn't look right in a faker uniform. He doesn't look right in a Laker uniform. Matter of fact, he should have hung that up before he came to Los Angeles. After he got his ass kicked by Golden State in 2018. There's this list in front of me from Ryan Lee. Most consecutive game scoring 30 plus for players 35 and older. Excuse me. I will not cuss. 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 Okay. But God, I want to. You all are going to use these frivolous arguments to keep your claim for your king. Sorry, don't work. It don't work. And a great question by Victor. What is with these weird metrics and stats that these bronzexuals keep coming up with? Well, they need to hide the joy juice somewhere. And they hide it in metrics that no one understands, and they hide it in stats where no one cares. Fools. Cam Young poses a question. I'm deep into the gauntlet now. Wait, before I quote it, there's a picture under his post. Oldest player with 5 straight 30-point games, 37 years old. And of course, numbers 33, 30, 35, 33, and 31. Now, Cam Young said, quote, why couldn't your favorite player do this? Close quote. Dumbass. He did. Several times over. Let me put this up here. Mike never played against a team with 3 or more players that were as lethal as the Warriors. That's an incorrect answer, because he faced the Boston Celtics in 1986, and that whole team was stacked. He faced the Detroit Pistons in 1989, and that whole team was stacked. He faced the Detroit Pistons in 1990, as well as 1988, and they were stacked. So don't tell that lie that Mike never faced, that MJ never played against a team with 3 or more players that were as lethal as the Warriors. That's bullshit, and you know it. But then again, people who make that argument, and I'm taking the Hawk TV out of this equation, don't study basketball, do they? Nope, they don't. Now, Hawk TV, you and I are going to fight. You want to make the matter of fact, it was Hawk TV who put that. Let me put this comment back up here while I'm in the midst of it. Mike never played against a team with 3 or more players that were as lethal as the Warriors. Oh, yes, he did. And then he backs it up by saying McHale and Parrish not getting 60 apiece to go along with Bird. Here's the beauty of it. They didn't have to. They knew something that you need to know, Hawk TV. And I never thought I would use this comment against one of my fans, but I'm going to. As far as your statement about Mike never playing against 3 players who were that lethal, yeah, he's done it his entire career. So do me a favor, will you please?
You know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
By the way,
Bitch, are you for real?
you know I love you, Snowman, but I got to tell the truth. That's not the truth. You lied to me twice. Didn't play against 3 players that are lethal? Since when did being lethal in the NBA just involve scoring? But you don't hear me, though. Let me try again. Since when did being lethal just involve scoring? And again, as far as your truth goes, which ain't the truth.
You know your
Actually,
damn
you know what?
role and shut your damn mouth.
It's for you, as far as your truth goes. Now, I don't want to hear it anymore, which I'm probably going to hear next week anyway. You can't say that Celtics team of 86 wasn't as lethal as Golden State. In fact, I'm inclined to think that they were even more lethal. I said it, more lethal. And this is coming from a fellow who covered Michael Jordan's entire career. They were the best damn team assembled. Now take your sexual loving self and shove it up your ass. Get out my face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty. Good Lord, I'm about to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronzexual Confessions.
I just might have another one in the chamber. And I know everybody that loves LeBron is telling me and my ilk.
Save yourselves!
LeBron James is trash as a basketball player.
Wow.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Have you had a chance to visit the brand new Snowman in the Morning shop yet? You haven't? Then what are you waiting for? Go to our new web address, snowmaninthemorning.com/shop. That's snowmaninthemorning.com/shop, where you can shop for all kinds of items like a coffee mug, a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a book bag, and everything else that you need to have the same outfits and the same gear that the crew has. And with each purchase, you will be helping the Snow Strong initiative. We got a lot to do in a short time to get there. Go to snowmaninthemorning.com/shop and get the same stuff that the crew has. And when you do that, tell them Snowman sent you. Thanks. This is a BS3 Network presentation. Politics.
They'll write the law, but they'll enforce it differently. Is that going to apply both ways?
Religion.
God never said that we can't reason together. Matter of fact, he said, let us sit and reason together.
Relationship.
I believe that everybody wants and needs somebody.
From a man's perspective.
They say, girls, if I put some polish on that and get him to buy some different clothes, girl, he could be a winner chicken dinner.
Join the thought engineer.
There's nothing wrong with me developing my piece and you developing your piece, but understand the goal is to come together.
And comedian John Yogi.
Negro, I don't need you putting on no chapstick up there in the pulpit. You do that over there in your chair.
Get ready for
Let's Talk Monday.
live every Monday at 7 p.m. Central.
For Steph Curry.
Tim Anderson, Jordan Alvarez. And it's caught! Debo Samuel with the catch. Michael Jordan can sense
The throw just got the king.
BS3 Network.
The hottest of hot takes. The coldest of cold hard facts. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Weekdays at 8 a.m. Eastern. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Official SIT Morn is the ID that you need. That's official SIT Morn being the ID that you need to follow along with the show on social media. Now, I'm going to call an audible. I had, that is, another confession in the works, but I think I'm going to pivot and I'm going God, I shouldn't do this. Yes, I should. I'm going to do this instead.
Take this job.
Not by choice. Not by choice.
If anybody understand, listen, if anybody understands, you're talking to them.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
But I'm excited about the season for one reason. You already know another network is excited as well. And how would that look? I think I have a way that it would.
Uh-oh.
Just a second. You know, these fools. I don't know how this go. Hey, I don't know how this all work. Look.
Hey,
get the mic working. Get the camera work. Man, I'm dealing with chumps over here. Chumps.
Who you calling a chump?
Chump, get this thing working. No, we can't have this.
Who you calling a chump?
We can't have this. And who the clown talking? Shut his mic up. No. See, we need brown pom pom wavers.
Oh dear God,
we need that. We don't need anybody dissenting. We don't need that
dissenting.
Yeah. No, hold on. Let's see if I can get.
Do you even?
I think I got this right. I think I look good. Yeah, I'm dressed to impress, baby.
Oh,
yeah, yeah. Head down to my toe. That's what I'm talking about.
Here it comes.
Let's get this ready. All right, we set. Yeah. Hit the button. Yeah, Pookie, I'm ready. He said he gonna go. He gonna take off now. All right. My game.
Oh dear God.
Ruling the NBA as he always does. You know, he the man. When you see he like what's that old school commercial? It's this old white man look like you know, the one that did the scary stuff. You know, the him. Yeah, it looked like him, but it wasn't him. It was somebody else. You know, the guy who grandma used to show me this commercial where this fool says, Smith Barney, we make money the old-fashioned way. They earn it. Him. Yeah, I'm talking about him. Yeah. Well, anyway, see Braun, you see, he like that. When he speaks, everybody listens because he earned his the old-fashioned way by flopping. By making sure he know that he ruled the roost. Well, you know, he gonna break that all-time record. He gonna be the all-time #1 man in all the sports. Forget basketball, in all the sports. Because that's how it go down. That's how it go down here. Anyway, with him passing Carissa Abdullah Jabir, when he passed him up, or her up. I don't know who that is. Yeah. When he get past, Braun gonna be the number one man. That's right. He like Ludacris. He coming for the number one spot. That's what he be. Well, some clan decided to throw a mic in Braun face. He talked about the relationship he had with Carissa, and he says something to the effect of, quoting? Nah, no thoughts and no relationship. Close quoting. And he also went on. He talked to the media that try to smear all his stuff. Went on to say, quoting. To sit here, no, I'm on the verge of bragging probably the most hard record in NBA. Some people probably never be done. I think it's just super humbling for myself. I think it's super cool. Close quoting. No, Braun, don't be humble. Don't be humble. Stun on them. Be that big old gorilla. Just say, you know what? Breaking that rucker, it makes me feel like a beast. That's how you're supposed to feel, because that's what it is, and that's how it's got to be. And speaking about man that speaks, everybody listen. Even Robert Salva, the commission NBA, Robert Salva, even he wanted to, what the heck you doing? The NBA commissary Adam Silver. Okay, all right, my bad. All right, I'm sorry.
Did you get the wrong script again?
See, hold. Oh, you gonna see me? Motherfucker, nigga. How? I'm recording here. Interrupted me with crap. Be perfect. Nigga, please. Anyway. So, Al Silver, he talk about NBA expansion. He see NFL, they in Las Vegas. And NBA always play in Las Vegas in the preseason. And they thinking about having Las Vegas as a franchise there.
Dear God, no.
Yeah. So of course, my king came to Las Vegas for a preseason game, and he decided to throw a pitch. And you know what he said? He said,
before that,
feel, because that's what it is, and that's how it's got to be.
I meant to push that button. The NBA in Vegas, dear Lord.
And speaking about man that speaks, everybody listen. Even Robert Salva, the commission NBA, Robert Salva, even he wanted to, what the heck you doing? The NBA commissary Adam Silver. Okay, all right, my bad.
Did you
see? Hold. Oh, you gonna see me? Motherfucker, nigga. How? I'm recording here. Interrupted me with crap. Be perfect. Nigga, please. Anyway. So Al Silver, he talk about NBA expansion. He see NFL, they in Las Vegas. And NBA always play in Las Vegas in the in the preseason, and they thinking about having Las Vegas as a franchise there.
Dear God, no.
Yeah. So of course, my king came to Las Vegas for a preseason game, and he decided to throw a pitch. And you know what he said? He said that he feel as though Las Vegas need a team to play there. Well, don't take my word for it. Quoting? I know Adam is in Abbey.
Y'all realize I'm on the verge of tears right now watching this again.
Abu Haber. It be D Haber right now. I don't know what the heck that city is. I don't know where it is. I believe he probably see every single interview and transsexual. That's what it is. That come through the NBA player. Yeah. So I want the team here, Adam. Thank you. Close quote. You see, when LeBron speak, everybody listen.
It's that quote.
He said he want a team in Las Vegas. We're gonna have a team in Las Vegas. Get it done, Adam. Get it done, son. We need to have a team in Las Vegas. And another, when my king speaks, everybody listen. There's this 7'4" guy, people talking about him, but they don't talk about him like my king talk about him. Yeah, his name is Victor Wembley Stadium, Tumbawamba. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. That's what we'll go with that. Yeah, Victor Tumbawamba. Yeah, he had a real nice game. He say, right? Well, he dropping dimes and dropping jaws, just being the stud. Yeah, playing in the G League and dropping a whole ton of parents. That's how they get down.
Yep. I'm sorry about that. Oh boy. I'm so sorry about that, folks. Let me pick it up where I left off here. I'll do the best I can.
Take this job.
Well, my king thought it was a sucker move for Mr. New Media to punch out old Jordan Poole. But but I tried to comb everything in media. I didn't hear what Ma Kang had to say about Draymond Green, but I did see him. He was on that bomb TV show called The Shop. Mr. New Media was with Ma Kang on The Shop. So I I guess they still boys. And hey, memo out to Dre. Memo out to Dre. No, I'm sorry. That's wrong. What was that move? There was a porn move. He was gonna be in. What was it? Oh yeah, Drezilla. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So memo to Drezilla. Their spot out on the Laker. Come on and play with your boy, Ma Kang. You know he need to have a Rough Rider like you.
Oh dear.
And speaking of which, you Rough Rider over there. Yeah, you look just like my Kang. Get your sorry ass over here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It looks like you need a salad that has to be tossed. Yeah. Oh, this camera on. Oh, let's end this.
Oh, jeez. Absolute genius when he invented that. Speaking of geniuses.
Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson is brought to you by Penis Water for the ebbs and flows of life. Trust Penis 15 Water.
And as I said, speaking of geniuses.
LJPN is sponsored by HoFax. Before she hoe, and you gotta know, tell her to show me the HoFax.
No, okay. There I am. Oh boy. I think we got time. Yeah, we got time. Let me see if I can find something else. All right, we got time for one other LJPN episode. Now, what does Cole do for an encore? He does this.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the living.
I'm sorry, you guys. I have to take off. There's a bit of an emergency here. So have a great day. I hope God blesses you, and I will definitely see y'all tomorrow. All right? I'm out of here.
Thank you for tuning in to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, the hottest of hot takes and the coldest of cold, hard facts.